Now we're going to go through the install and assembly of the shelving unit. What we have here is a shelving brace, and down here we have the L bracket that consists of the back brace for the greenhouse, and it is the back part of the shelving. The L bracket itself has holes in one side and the other side does not. And the side without the holes, you need to slide in as many shelf supports you have, slide in that number of bolts in the bottom of it. That will be screwed onto here. They come around the back, it goes through the support, and then it is tightened with the nut.
Next, what we're doing is getting the front support bar of the shelf ready as well. So on the L is another L bracket with no holes in it. It will sit like this, but it needs 3, depending on the length of your greenhouse you have, it needs bolts, the same amount of bolts in the front of the L bracket as you have curved uprights, because this will support with a chain from the upright. Underneath, you will need to have as many bolts evenly spaced out as you have shelf supports that we did on the back. These need to be attached to the front. But you also need one extra bolt at each end for a little bracket that goes and holds the shelf lateral support in place. So we have put all these in there. I'm going to lay it down. And now we can take the front and the back and we can tighten down all these supports. Once we have built the frame of the bottom shelf, we need to attach it to the vertical supports in the back. So we're going to line up all the holes and get these through here. This will also, these lateral supports from front to back are also going to keep the whole greenhouse together. So even if you have no shelf, you use these same crossbars in the back to hold your greenhouse together. Okay, well, in addition, as a support, we want to tie the front shelf support or lateral support from front to back to these little crossbars. That's why we inserted some extra screws and bolts there. And I'm going to put this little L brackets, you get little L brackets, and put it over the screw, both screws, line up the bolts a little bit, like that. And then put nuts on them, and we are in business. And now we are installing the top lateral support from front to back, holding the whole greenhouse together, all the frames. And I'm making the distance between the bottom one and the top one 3 feet. I mark that quickly so that we have a little bit of an idea where we need to be.
Now after marking where the top support beam is going to go, we're going to line the top of our support beam with our marks.
The top of the support beam against the black mark.
And insert our screws through the holes and attach nuts to them. And then we will tighten it all down, make sure it's level, and then going on to hanging the chains for the lower shelf.
The last thing we do on the bottom shelf is we insert the polycarbonate sheets, which is basically the bottom of the shelf. And these are made out of expensive polycarbonate in order for the light to come through as much as possible. If you had 4 of these shelves and they were any other material, the light would not get as much even distribution as this. The light comes through these. This is very nice. If you're concerned about drainage, there's at the ends and the bottom it can go out. You can take a drill and just punch some holes in there or drill some holes in there if you want extra drainage, but usually it goes away. Now what we need to do is hang these chains to support the shelf, and we do that from each upright vertical down to the bottom support beam. In order to do that, we have to assemble the hooks at the top. There's a little T bolt with a T head on it. What we do with that is we attach a regular nut to it. First we do a little nut to it, leave about 1/4 inch of space. Then we attach this hexagon, I don't know, real big nut. There's some space, and then we do this circle, an eye bolt. All of this comes together, and we can tighten that in a minute. What I do now is I line this up with this bar and with the vertical, and I'm going to go and thread this. If they are a little tight, I thread my chain onto the bolt in the front like that. That's the easiest way, most probably, to do it. You can make them bigger, but they like them tight, so I just thread them on there. Okay. This way we know roughly where we're going to have to put the eye hook in the top. Also from this eye hook is going to hang a S hook on which the chain will hang. Now, I'm going to try to find some placement. I do not need to be at the top. I want to be maybe straight. Usually I like to be straight, so depending on where you want to put the shelf, I can be the top. Maybe I'm not even going to do. I may take the third link. Like that. Now the trick is to turn the T as much as you can, and we need to tighten it. Okay, then I am adjusting the big nut. Get everything a little tight. Okay, that feels good. And then I do at the front the little knobs, protection knobs, so that you don't hurt yourself walking in and out by them. And that's it. Now we can do all the other ones like that as well.